Hey there, Sensei Mish here, coming to you with another brand new episode of Kyusho Korner with old video. I don't know why I find that funny, I'm sorry. Anyway, so this episode, we're actually gonna have three. This is gonna be the final episode featuring video from last year's Jim Korn's Autumn Camp stuff. So in this episode, we're gonna have Elliott, Richard Smithhart, and Nico Huffman. So again, three wonderful people, great martial artists. And like I said, the theme is kind of what is their go-to? What do they like? So let's have them tell you. I have with me Richard Smithhart. He actually runs the school that this seminar is being held in. So thank you for being such a gracious host. But he's going to grace us with some of his knowledge. So, Richard, sir,
thank you very much. So, what I was going to talk about today is the ski. Why in karateka we pull our hand back to our side. And for me, I like to make it simple and for combat. So I've asked an uke to help me out, Jim Johnson. Thank you, sir. Very much appreciated. It is not loading the gun. That's a bad idea to think you're just going to cock it and pull it back. If you try to fight like this, you will get punched in the nose. What I like to think of is whenever he comes in any way, shape, form, or fashion, and I hit him, what does his head do? So once I give him a hit, this hand's coming back to ski, and I'll turn him around in a second. But when I hit him now, where's his head go? And so I can get double impact, but it's like a pair of pliers or a vise. I can make this really happen. So the other way around, when his hand comes out and I get whatever entry I've got and I've tapped him, that's what I'm getting. The returning hand trying to get to here. It twists, just like when your palm comes up. The beauty of that in Kyusho Jitsu is that I'm crossing the center line of the body and I can affect the entire brain. You will get many, many, many more knockouts this way than just staying on one side and hitting people. And that's my quick little snippet, thank you so much, of the returning hand.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. All right. This is Elliott of Elliott Kyusho Jitsu from Evansville, Indiana. Just a little, what is it, south of here or what? How?
Yeah, our school's actually in Boonville, Indiana. We're right next to Evansville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kind of close enough for
close
somebody
enough.
who's not from
yeah,
here.
Evansville's a good one, a good place to kind of map it because everyone knows where that is.
Right on. So, Eric is going to use one of his students to give you a tidbit. So, Eric?
All right. One of the things I like to do is incorporate a lot of joint locks into what I do. So what we do is, we'll start with showing them, okay, you grab here about locking. We do pressure points. We lock on triple number 3. We'll come in, lock. I always say point the finger. If you point the finger, pull it in. You do this. He drops. Another thing we do is if they push, we will want to take the wrist, turn it almost into an L shape here. And I always tell my students, we grab, take the finger, we lock onto lung 5, and we want to point the fingers at him and get him to drop. So, I like doing any type of technique where I can do this because if you could understand this, you could always come in and strike. But if you can gain control of them, do a joint lock, boom, you can do a lot of different things to them by keeping control of them.
All right. Well, there you have it. Actually, he's using a center lock. That's what I call it, center lock. That's my favorite lock, as you guys well know. So, thank you so much. That was very good. I have Nico Huffman. He comes out here annually every September. So, I'm going to have him show you what he does. So, I don't know, beat up on Graham.
So I study Systema under Vladimir Vasilyev and pressure points under Jim Korn. Systema is very much about deception in striking. So very infrequently will you see a combative position. Will usually be bladed a little bit, but hands will be in a relaxed posture. A lot of times we'll position the hands actually in a way that doesn't look like a strike. When we raise our hands, you won't see the elbow come back or the shoulder raised because this looks like a chamber. We'll see the hands will come up in a way that doesn't look like a strike chambering, so that then it can hit in a way that the attacker doesn't see coming. Sometimes we'll position the hands in a way that definitely doesn't look like a strike. In part, our striking mostly comes from the fist and not from body momentum, body rotation. So with just the weight of the strike, the weight of the fist, the weight of the arm, we can create a lot of impact with the body, and this kind of subtle movement hides the strikes in a way that you don't get when you shift the body, rotate the body. So as a delivery system, that works really well with pressure points because you can hammer a pressure point, but you don't have to. You can strike a pressure point with a fair amount of force and get a decent reaction out of it. So if you can position the hand in a way that doesn't look like a strike, or gain attention to the hand in a way that they don't recognize as a strike, you can then hit them. And like boxers will always say, the punch that knocks you out is the one that you didn't see coming. A lot of systemic striking is about creating that effect, where we'll do things like you create a big movement here that they see as a large movement, but then you can hit in a way that they don't see then. Or he may strike and I can escape this and I can hit him here without a big shift in body position and in a place that he doesn't see because it's hidden by his body. So I can hit here, he doesn't see the shoulder rise, he doesn't see the chamber of the elbow, and I can hit. So thinking about all of the points that you have available all over the body, if I reach the hand back here, this is no longer a strike to him, but I can bring it back and hit triple warmer. I can hit any of the points down the midline here. I can hit stomach 5 in the same way. Sometimes we'll do things where we'll allow the hand to come forward open in a way that looks non-threatening and doesn't look like a strike. Again, because you don't see the elbow chamber. Here I can now hit stomach 5 from the bottom if I so choose.
All right. Very good. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
All right. So all of those points that he's pointing out, we've done episodes on those. And of course, links in the description below. So thank you, Nico. Remember, take this back to your dojo, play, have fun, and always be good to your uki. I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you for hanging out till the end. You are either asleep or you really like this episode. So if you are still awake and have not liked, shared, subscribed, any of that social media stuff, please do so now. We have got a great season ahead of us. So hit the notification bell and it'll let you know when a new episode airs.